Hello everyone, it's Cinco de Mayo. It's May 5th, 2025. It's time for Off the Ledge. I hope you're having a good start to the week. The moon is in, looks like it's going into Virgo. It's void of course right now. Leo, we're having a void of course day. Try to have a rudder to steer your ship. It's a little more challenging when the moon is void, of course. We'll check the astrology report from our resident astrologer, Kathy Beal, at Professional Aquarian on YouTube, and daily here on Off the Ledge. I'll read from Ernest Holmes, and we'll do a little pull of the cards. And a little bit later, I'll do a pop-up PNN. And tonight we have our regular live stream of the Psychic News Network at 7 p.m. Eastern. If you want to join us live, please join us then. We have a lot of fun. Fun is necessary during these times. We need the balance. I just want to say that we have to keep our minds on this administration being removed entirely. You don't have to know the how. Here's what I know about the law of attraction. When we have to figure out the how, or we think we have to figure out the how, we get into all kinds of cynicism and doubts and fears and opinions and all that. Let's just know what we need. And let's work towards that. Let's have massive activism. Why wouldn't you, in the face of this insanity, just keep our eye on the goal? We literally cannot survive what's in our government as our government in this very moment. And we are changing it. We're changing it with our activism. I'm going to contact at least one representative, maybe in person today. And we can't succumb to any semblance of a belief that we have to tolerate this. For God's sake, he posted an AI image of himself as the Pope. By the way, I did watch that movie Conclave last night. It was very good. I recommend it. It's on YouTube for like $5.99. You have 48 hours to watch it. I thought it was pretty good. Oh, and I almost forgot. I'm starting to read this book this week. So if you're a member, you'll have access to that. That was one other thing I need to do today. And to become a member, just click on the join button and you can select at which level you feel like you would like to contribute to my channel. I put in a whole lot of hours, so it really does help to compensate for all the time put in. Let's read from Ernest Holmes first. May 5th, Mexican Independence Day. There's a Mexican restaurant next door to me that's usually open on Mondays. Usually closed on Mondays. I'm suspecting it will be open today. We'll see. The Spirit of God hath made me, and the breath of the Almighty hath given me life. The Spirit of God hath made me, and the breath of the Almighty hath given me life. We have to remember we're always connected to the divine. It's from the book of Job. And Ernest says the following. I'll put it in the plural. Our bodies are temples of the living God. Our bodies are spiritual substance. Every part of our bodies are attuned to this living spirit within us. We have perfect confidence in our hearts that God's life-giving spirit is our life. Since God is our life and God is eternal, our life is eternal. Therefore, we cannot be separated from God, from good, or from perfection. They're all the same. The perfect life of God now is expressed through us, and every part of our bodies express its innate perfection and wholeness. As the sun dissolves mist, so does our knowledge of truth dissolve all pain and discord. We know the truth about ourselves as children of God, and that truth makes us free. We are free because the power of the living Spirit is our power, and it remolds and recreates our bodies after the likeness of the perfect plan of God. We accept then our own spiritual and physical perfection. We accept our privilege as its expression of manifesting the life, love, peace, strength, harmony, and joy of God, the Almighty Presence who dwells within us and incarnates in us as us. Let me just say this line again, because I think it would be a great affirmation for us to say personally if we want to every day. We accept life, love, peace, strength, harmony, and joy of God. Life, love, peace, strength, harmony, and joy of God. I like it. Okay, let's see what Kathy has to say for today. In the near future, we have a surprise coming for you, Kathy and I. So you have to just stay tuned in, and you will see. We have a surprise event. Okay, so here we go.
This is Kathy Beal of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro Insight for May 5th, 2025. Nobody is sitting still today. Nobody is quiet either. Information is flying, and messages are igniting your own desire to get something moving, your own desire to fight. Perhaps you get more spiritual marching orders today. Again, just don't punch anybody in the face. At least, not with your hands. Your words, that's a different topic. That's all for now.
I've told you before, I don't listen to these ahead of time, but it's so appropriate because I'm in the middle of, I'm finishing up a Substack that I got and started writing this morning. So it's about MAGA as being a cult. So the pen is mightier than the sword. I like that one for today. And just speaking of my Substack, if you go to Annette Substack, if you subscribe, that would be great. I have lots of articles up there on my Substack, Annette Substack. The last one, I'm trying to remember what it was entitled. I don't remember right now. I've written so many. And paid subscribers help me immensely. Okay, so let's take a look at the cards. It's kind of noisy here on Mondays. As you can see, the rain has returned for the whole week. Okay, let's see what we have from the cards today. Thank you to all of you who have been checking out my videos. I did a pop-up yesterday. There's some shocking stuff in that pop-up. And as always, hit the thumbs up and thanks. Alright, what do the spirits want us to know today? In this moment. Stress can lead us to success. The stress of what we're seeing unfold in front of us. And we have to know what it is. We don't have to listen to his ugly voice and see his ugliness. But we have to look at what's happening and it guaranteed formula for stress. And yesterday at Church of Spirituality, I read an excerpt from As a Man Thinketh. And it had everything to do with how stress can really affect a physical body. And like it used the example of a cat that was under stress. So we have to keep our stress moving through us. Because it is stressful and we can't deny that. We have to keep it moving through us, and it will bring us to success. From stress to success. I love that as a kind of a thing to keep in your mind. As from stress to success. From stress to success. The good thing about negative emotions is when we cannot bear what we're seeing anymore, when it just gets to be too much, we make a move. And I've observed that's for many, For many of us, we don't until the stress gets too great. We don't move until the stress gets too great. And beyond illusion, we're coming into a time where, I mean, for all my criticism of Fox, there have been more times that they're facing reality. Don't think that I'm saying they haven't committed multiple a magnitude of sins and they deserve to be in hell, a lot of them, in my humble opinion, for how much they've hurt people and just made people hate one another. But anyway, I digress. Beyond illusion, because of the stress, we're going beyond the illusion as a collective America. It's causing us, like the stress of these tariffs. Oh my God, the shipping, the container ships are not at the ports as I speak. All created by Dumpy. All of this madness created by Dumpy, who's claiming that he can add a ballroom to the White House. He's claiming that he can have a military parade on his birthday to the tune of $100 million. All this is going on. We're all seeing it. We get furious. And we're going beyond the illusion that this is okay. It's not okay! And I really think, just speaking as I was earlier of him posting that AI-generated picture of him as the Pope, I thought about that right after I had the epiphany realization that that is making a mockery of Catholicism is a sign of the demonic. I think that changed a whole lot. I think that shifted a whole lot. So not only do I see a little bit of Fox leaning into the truth, which has a little bit of a feeling of right after January 6th. Remember, they went, whoa, when the rubber hit the road, they were like, whoa, whoa, and they all pulled back. Quickly to go down to be pulled back into the path of least resistance for them, which is lies. But I'm feeling a little bit of that, and I'm feeling the Catholics dumping Dumpy, any of them who are that misled. My Substack that I'm in the process of finishing up this morning is about the Trump cult. I don't know if I gave it a title just yet. So a net Substack. So thank you so much, and I will do a pop-up a little bit later, and I'll record the first chapter of my book for members. Just hit the join and choose the level, and to book a session, psychicannetdion.com. It's a win-win. When you help me, I help you, and it goes back and forth in a circle. Thank you so much. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Namaste.